Let's see now. It's about time that I turn the gavel over. And the next individual is probably the best qualified in the state of Oregon to introduce our special speaker and our special guest today. And I'm not going to give him a lot of introductions, but I am going to give him the gavel. And then we're going to work to get him up here so he can use this microphone. Senator Frank Roberts.
Thank you very much. I do have a very important assignment today that's of special value to me. And so I now present to you the Honorable Barbara Roberts, Governor of the State of Oregon, to deliver the State of State address.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your courtesy. Today, we begin again. Today, Oregon watches as we launch our state's agenda, as we choose our state's priorities for the next 2 years and beyond. Over the next few months, you as legislators and I will face choices about Oregon's future and the trade-offs we are willing to make to achieve our constitutional responsibility of a balanced budget. A month ago, I presented that balanced budget. I started with major efficiencies, 4,000 fewer jobs, eliminating duplication, and providing services smarter. I then proposed over $900 million in additional cuts, and I offered options to realistically meet our responsibility for our most vulnerable Oregonians. But once you have met those shorter-term responsibilities, we must prepare to address the need for tax reform and long-term stability. For if Oregon is to prosper, the decisions we make during this session must be sound, responsible, and compassionate. History, however, will not define this legislature or this governor solely by the budget we build in this Capitol. This legislative session is not just about managing today's crisis. Oregon's national image, our reputation, our place in history have been carved not by our budgets, but by legislators and governors who captured an idea, took a risk, and turned it into a reality. Our contributions, yours and mine, will determine the path we travel ahead and the legacy we leave behind. Governor Tom McCall believed that Oregon's beaches should be accessible to all Oregonians for all time. Yet it was legislators from Grants Pass, Medford, and Portland who made that belief a reality in 1967. Today, while other states fence their beaches, Oregonians can walk from Astoria to Brookings. In 1971, Paul Hanneman, a coastal representative, heard the concerns of his district that bottles and cans were cluttering our beaches. So he did something about it. And Paul Hanneman, the 1971 legislature, and Oregon created history with the passage of this nation's first bottle bill. John Kitzhaber, a Roseburg emergency room doctor, believed that effective health care could be made available to every Oregonian. And today, Senator Kitzhaber's Oregon Health Plan has changed the way that America discusses health care reform. And it was the 1989 and the 1991 legislative assemblies that breathed life into those ideas. Representative Vera Katz understood that our investments in public education could give us the best educated children in America. The 1991 legislature agreed and passed America's most respected education reform plan. So what will Oregonians be proud of from the 1993 session? Will there be the spirit, the creativity, and the tenacity to breed new ideas and forge partnerships? Today, we begin. Predictions seem pretty grim, but I don't accept those predictions. Prove them wrong. I believe you have the ability and the will to make this a productive legislative session. Step forward. Make your ideas as much a part of Oregon's legacy as the bottle bill and the beach bill. Remember, innovative public policy in Oregon has never had a partisan label. 2 years ago in this chamber, I committed myself to providing affordable housing for Oregonians, preparing and training our workforce, and overhauling Oregon's tax system. And in 1991, together, we substantially increased affordable housing and launched a nationally acclaimed workforce training system. I don't have to tell you, however, that we have not finished the job on tax reform. Yet I am moving forward with my vision for Oregon, and that vision cannot be achieved by standing still. First, in 1993, we must set a national standard for rural economic development. Second, we must ensure that every Oregonian has value and that we do not become a state divided by our differences. And finally, now is the time to elevate water policy from a special interest to a public interest. Let us begin with our rural communities. They are a vital part of both the personality and the strength of this state, and they are in trouble. I believe that we can do something about it. We must enable rural communities to take control of their future. Yet smaller rural communities cannot thrive without water systems and roads and sewers that allow businesses to come and to stay. They need medical facilities, libraries, and community centers to keep people healthy and informed and involved. And they need good, affordable, quality housing so that rural families can stay in the communities that they hold so dear. So I have proposed building blocks to empower Oregon's rural communities. They have the resolve, and we're offering them the tools. Yet, as we help fulfill the potential of each Oregon community, we must do the same for each Oregonian. This past fall, here in our capital city, we faced a stark, brutal crime of hate. Hattie Cohen and Brian Mark were killed when a firebomb hit their Salem apartment. Was it because Hattie was African American? Was it because Brian was gay? The type of bias that fueled that, the hatred and the flames, really doesn't matter. The cost is the same. The bigotry is carbon copy, regardless of the victim. And what we do as a culture to shut people out is just as unacceptable, and it is that that breeds the violence from that intolerance. Oregon is daily becoming more diverse, and we can't afford to waste a single engineer or farmer, police officer, doctor, artist, mechanic, or teacher. We can't afford to waste a single Oregonian, for our diversity adds to our strength. Just over 2 months ago, Oregon sent this nation a message when we defeated Measure 9 and said that we were unwilling to go backward and embrace bigotry. Let us now show our willingness to move forward and embrace understanding and human rights and full opportunity for all of our citizens. I have therefore proposed a Human Rights Commission that will fight hate crimes in Oregon and will identify and remove the barriers that keep too many Oregonians from reaching their highest potential. And as a state, Oregon's highest potential rests on the thoughtful stewardship of our natural resources. We grow crops better than anyone. We enjoy fishing and boating. We have low-cost energy, and Oregon abounds with scenic rivers and diverse wildlife. Few of us can imagine an Oregon without those qualities, and yet we have done little to ensure that they continue in the years to come. We must balance the needs of fish and energy, drinking water with irrigation, and we must avoid the loss of both water quality and quantity. It is time for Oregonians to treat water as the finite and fragile resource that it is. A new spirit of cooperation and a new level of state leadership is necessary to resolve problems that seem intractable today. My watershed management strategy, watershed health initiative, and increased support for the Water Resources Department will provide a heightened state commitment to real solutions. Together, we can meet the challenge of managing our limited water resource for today and for the benefit of future generations. Today, I have focused on important initiatives that say a lot about who we are as a state and as a people, and about the things we care about both today and in the future. And now, we must decide if we have the fortitude to keep Oregon a place of opportunity, a place of beauty, and a place to fulfill dreams. It will not be easy, but it can be done. I am committed to the belief that we will take the risks necessary, rise above our individual differences, and give Oregonians a reason to be proud of the work that we begin today. Thank you.
I think you have expressed your appreciation for the address that you've just heard from Governor Roberts. Thank you.